Well, welcome everybody. My name is Shawn Friesen. I'm the franchise partner with Expedia Cruises, and I'm joined by the one, the only Andrea from Windstar Cruises. We're so thankful for you to join us here tonight. We're going to be exploring cruising differently. Cruising, for those of you who cruised many times, maybe it's time to try something different, something special, something you may never have thought about before. So we're super excited to walk you through a super exciting product. And yeah, so welcome. I don't know if you want to start the presentation.
Absolutely, Shawn. Here we go. Let me just share it.
There it is.
And here we go. So Shawn, I want to thank you for inviting Windstar Cruises to host this event with you. We love working with Expedia Cruise Ships, Expedia Cruises, a fabulous partner of ours. And I'm actually going to hide my video because we're recording this. And what happens on our recording is that it's only my face, and it, you know, I'm going to just hide my video, and we're going to go ahead. But Shawn, it's going to be over to you now to talk about Expedia Cruises. Just as a quick introduction, everybody, welcome again. My name is Andrea Mendelson, and I'm the Regional Sales Manager in Canada. But I'd like Shawn to take the lead now in the reins and just explain all about Expedia Cruises.
Fantastic.
Right now, the seas are quiet, the skies are empty, and our roads less traveled. But it's only a matter of time before the world starts moving again. And when it does, there is one source to count on for all your travel needs. We are Expedia Cruises, and we are more than just cruise vacations. Whether it's custom vacation packages, tours, all-inclusive resorts, or flights, hotels, and activities, we are here to plan, book, and safeguard every leg of your journey. Visit expediacruises.ca and we will help you secure your travel by phone, online, or at an Expedia Cruises location in your neighborhood, where you can get the advice you seek, no matter what your dream vacation might be, air, land, or sea. Expedia Cruises, air, land, and sea vacations.
Okay, and I think I might have to retire this video because that first part of it where it's talking about the skies are quiet, the skies are not as quiet now as a few months ago. I've been flying regularly since the first week of first week of June. And let me tell you, Toronto Pearson is getting busier and busier. And domestic travel is definitely back, and transborder is coming back. Right now, we've got clients sailing in Europe, in the Caribbean, Alaska. So people are starting to move again. It's so exciting. The travel is back. And so who am I? That is me with my lovely wife cruising the Danube in Hungary. And we have been open since 2007, started in Thunder Bay, opened up stores in Sudbury, Woodstock, Sault Ste. Marie, Windsor, and I'm flying to North Bay tomorrow. We're currently doing a build out for our 6th location. So pretty excited about that. And then plans for Chatham and Sarnia down the road. So I've got a fantastic team, 190 consultants from Kelowna to North Bay and into the Toronto. We love what we do. We love selling, travel and cruise. If you want to grab the next slide there for me. I believe we have pictures of our team. Why do you want to book with us? So my team has traveled to all 7 continents. We're passionate travelers. We love cruising. By the end of this month, 29 of my team will have been on a cruise this year. So we've been dying to get back out there. We have been checking out the product. I sailed last week of August. I sailed aboard the Disney Dream. Let me tell you, the cruise lines are going above and beyond the call of duty for health and safety, social distancing, cleanliness. I mean, I would not hesitate to board a ship COVID-wise right now. So that's exciting. Suppliers will never sell direct to you for less than they let the travel agents. And we actually get to block groups with specials and perks that you won't get buying direct. So you want to deal with us, we're going to make sure that you have a awesome vacation. And our next slide is just pictures of my team. We love to travel. We love to try out the product. We want to make sure that we are sending you to amazing places. That top left-hand, right-hand picture, those are my managers. I have the dream team. They are amazing and passionate at what they do. And so I think, is that my last slide? I think it is.
Yes, Sean. So I'm going to go ahead and again, thank you for having me join you tonight. So excited to be your partner. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about Windstar Cruises, all the special offers and groups that Sean has put together. And then at the end, I'm going to come back, open it up, and we're going to have questions and answers. So enjoy, everybody. I'm going to go ahead now. The Windstar Cruises. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Windstar Cruises, but our tagline is 180 degrees from ordinary. And think about that. So often people say, well, I did a 360. And what does that mean? You start at point A and you end up at point A again. But going 180 degrees is truly taking you in a different direction. And that is what Windstar Cruises is all about. For Windstar, sailing is our passion. Our guests are our priority, and everybody on Windstar is a VIP. Our small cruise ships and personalized approach and service bring you closer to each of the destinations and unique ports that we take you to, so that you're going to see the world from a new perspective. We are a small cruise line. We have 6 beautiful ships in our fleet, and they range from the smallest capacity being 148 guests to our biggest sailing ship, which is 342 guests. And again, you're going to feel like you're on your own private yacht. You're going to get to see, hear, smell, taste, and feel what it's like to sail on a beautifully appointed yacht into these small little ports, explore the hidden beaches and harbors and little bays that only the small ships can take you to. Truly a unique experience. I'm going to share this video with you, and I hope it will encapsulate what I want you to hear and see. Enjoy, everybody. I'm having this technical problem here. Bear with me. It worked before. It's going to work again. I'm going to get it to work. I don't know what is happening here, everybody. My apologies. I just practiced the whole thing and it worked.
I know, it just...
you know, we're going to see another one because I've got another one to go. So what I want to talk to you about as well is, because of these small ships, we're able, and we believe that we take our guests in a different direction. And what do we mean by that? That is, again, as I mentioned, able to take you into the small little bays, into the unique places that you cannot get to on a big ship. And even
who recommended what, but I would reiterate a little bit of what I conveyed before, which is that there were recommendations made by a range of his advisors, something he welcomed, something
we need everybody. Sean,
to him clear-eyed about.
Sean, are you able to mute everybody?
I found them, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. We're able to go to, as I was saying, these beautiful, unique ports that the big ships simply can't get to. And if they do go to similar ports or some of the same destinations that we go to, invariably, they're going to be anchored and docked way out at sea, and you're going to have to tender in for a long time. Where in most situations, Windstar can dock right in port or very close to it. So we're able to go to these incredible places, again, where pretty much you're not going to have the opportunity to go there on a big cruise ship. We're going to take you to captivating places. We're going to take you to places, as I keep saying, that go beyond the reach of other ships. And you might think, well, here's a ship, they're in Alaska. I know of many other cruise lines that go to Alaska. Yes. But when you go on Windstar, you're going to get to places like Tracy Arm, Endicott Arm, Indian Straits. You've probably never heard of those destinations, or if you have been on another big cruise ship, you haven't been going into those unique ports of call that Windstar can take you there. We want you to get to see what you set out to see in the first place. For Windstar, when we get you to a destination, it's not this rushed situation where you get there, you cross it off your bucket list, you take a picture to prove that you were there, you quickly buy a souvenir so you'll maybe remember the destination, have something to drink, and then you've got to stand in the line to get back on the tender, to get back on the ship. Not so with Windstar Cruises. Very often we'll arrive early in the morning. Very often we'll leave late at night, so you get that true immersive experience in these unique destinations that we take you to. And honestly speaking, we are going to create memories for you that are going to last a lifetime. People have said to me that once they come on Windstar, once they come onto the small ship experience, away from the crowds, away from thousands of people, away from lining up and jostling for space and getting up early in the morning to put your towel on a deck chair, we're going to create these memories that you're going to want to come back and hopefully travel with some friends and family in the future. We like to say, no one goes so far to get you so close. And again, this is a situation where you know, and you can see that another huge, enormous cruise ship would not be able to provide this experience for you. We go through the Corinth Canal, we go through the Kiel Canal, we go to places again that are truly going to make your trip that resonating trip of a lifetime. So I want to talk a little bit more about the experience that makes us 180 degrees from ordinary. And I'm starting out by talking about traveling in understated elegance. There's probably an assumption or presumption that when you're traveling on one-star cruises, it's maybe a pretentious experience, a bit of a snooty experience, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Traveling on Windstar is all about a casual environment. We don't have any formal nights. Gentlemen, you don't have to wear jackets and ties. Do you feel like doing that if you're in Alaska, if you're in the Caribbean, if you're in Asia, if you're in Australia, New Zealand? Nobody wants to do that. So no formal nights. And the other wonderful thing is no making reservations in our main dining room. Can you imagine being in port, having the most wonderful time in this new, you discovering new things in this new destination that you're going to, and you think, I don't want to leave here, but I've got to dash, leave what I'm doing, get back to the ship, change, and be sitting down and eating at 6:30 because that's the time for my reservation. We don't do that on Windstar Cruises. Come in during meal times, ask for a table for 2. If you're traveling with friends, a table for 4 or 6, and just enjoy yourself. We do ask, however, that when you go to our specialty restaurants, you make a reservations only because we want everybody to have a chance. So again, let me say that once you come onto Windstar, there's none of that formality. When you go to a specialty restaurant on Windstar, there is no surcharge. We just ask again that in order for everyone to get a chance to go, make a reservation. The other thing is that when we offer you our amphora is our main dining room. If you decide to come in after a long day and you're a little bit tired and you think, I actually don't feel like going to the dining room, we allow you to make an in-room service request from the main dining room, and we're going to serve you course by course as if you're sitting in the dining room. All our room service is 24/7 complimentary. So again, another opportunity for you to just relax and have that vacation that you so desperately want on Windstar. We are able to anticipate our guest needs. How can we do that? Wouldn't you truly feel like a VIP if on day 2, we know your name, we know your preferences? That truly makes you feel important. And how are we able to do that? We have a ratio of crew to guest, 1 crew member to 1.5 guests. And while I know there is no such thing as half a guest, just imagine the exemplary service that we're able to provide to you with statistics like that. You might be wondering, well, I wonder, it's sounding fabulous and appealing to me, but I wonder what the food is like on Windstar. Every company that you're going to hear a presentation from are all going to say to you, our food is the best. No, my food is the best. Our food is the best. I am going to say to you that our food is sensational. And I can substantiate that because we are the exclusive and long-term partners of the James Beard Foundation. James Beard is an organization that recognizes top chefs, top sommeliers globally throughout the world. And these chefs come on and train our Windstar chefs how to create the most wonderful and appetizing meals which we offer in all our venues. What you're looking at here, this picture, is one of the James Beard Foundation chefs. He's in the middle, and we do something called Shop with Chef, where it's a complimentary event. We take about 26 guests with us when we go into the little markets and the little villages and the little towns, because on Windstar, even though we're small ships, we still have to replenish. So here you go into the marketplace, you choose the food, you do taste tests, and then of course we bring it back and we prepare the most delectable and mouth-watering meals for you. I hope everybody's had supper, by the way, otherwise your mouth will be watering. And I did want to flash a few of the most amazing meals that are inspired by the James Beard Foundation. How wonderful is this? How important do you feel and feel as if you're traveling on your own private yacht? We've got an open bridge policy. You don't even have to be a sailing enthusiast just to be able to go into the bridge. But how wonderful to go and have coffee with a captain. We've got a special brew coffee. Go in and chat with the captain in the morning or at nighttime while we're sailing under the stars. Of course, with our health and safety protocols going on at the moment, we limit the number of people at any one time, but we welcome guests to come in on board and into the deck. Water sports platform. This we have on all 6 of our ships, and depending on the destination and when it's safe and warm waters, we're able to lower the water sports platform. All the water sports except for scuba are complimentary. But I'm saying warm, calm waters. I'm going to tell you that when we go to Alaska, this is another phenomenal experience where in those cold, icy waters, we're able to lower the water sports platform and launch our 2-person kayaks and our 6-person zodiacs right at the glaciers, right in the middle of where you are. So what an incredible experience. I hope my next video is going to work because I want Captain Neil just to explain a few things to you. Here you go, everyone.
I'm Neil Broomhall, I'm the captain of Star Legend. I've been at sea for all of my life. We have 6 ships, 3 of them are sail, 3 of them are motor. Once you're on board, you're going to have the same Windstar experience no matter which ship you're on. The Windstar experience is this fabulous little close community, an environment where people not only enjoy their holiday, but there's a huge amount of social interaction between everybody. The significant thing with Windstar is that we get to some of the smaller out-of-the-way places, and those smaller out-of-the-way places can be somewhere that's difficult to get to. The nice thing with a shallow draft vessel like this is we can take her along many of the longer rivers and canals to get her to some of those places that the big ships obviously cannot access. All of the ships feature a water sports platform. We visit some fabulous little bays. We put the anchor down, we put the water sports platform down. We have an open bridge policy, which means the passengers will come and visit me on the bridge. They will ask me all sorts of questions about where we are, what's on the chart, how does the radar work. All of these questions we're more than happy to answer. It's a very rare thing these days to be able to have access to the bridge. Windstar are quite unusual in permitting that. Here on board, of course, we're delighted that we can do it. It's a great pleasure to be able to welcome the guests onto the bridge. We have a very close relationship with our passengers. We get to know their names, we get to know what their favourite drinks are, the waiters get to know what their requirements are in the restaurant and so on. And so we are noted for having perhaps the friendliest cruise at sea. I have to say that it is the best experience that I've had at sea. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I hope that I'm able to pass that joy onto the passengers because it really is a wonderful experience here on Windstar.
Thank you, Captain Neil. I also want to talk to you very quickly about our health and safety protocols. You know that this is first and foremost on everybody's mind. And because we are 180 degrees from ordinary, we call our health and safety protocols beyond ordinary care. I'm certainly not going to read everything to you. If you do want to have this information, it's on our website, windstarcruises.com, or speak to one of your Expedia Cruises travel advisors. They can send you a flyer with all this information. But suffice it to say, we are working very, very closely with the epidemiology department of the Anschutz Medical Center, which is at the University of Colorado. Our head office, our company that owns us, Xanterra, is based in Denver, Colorado. But just in a very quick nutshell, we have a multi-layer strategy. It is important to know that prior to boarding, we need to have all our guests and crew fully vaccinated, and we accept all the vaccinations from Canada. So whether it's been AstraZeneca, whether you've had mixed doses, we at Windstar will accept you, but we do need proof of vaccination 14 days prior to embarkation. We do the PCR tests. We are going to be doing antigen testing, so you have no worries about getting your test during the cruise, if we're going to a port that requires it, or before you fly back to Canada. On board, we were the first and state-of-the-art to implement a UVC light in our HEPA filters. This is going to give a double whammy to actually kill all viruses, including coronaviruses. We are constantly spraying with a sanitizing solution, an EPA registered. It's hospital-grade sanitizing solution in all the high touch points, in your suites, in your staterooms, in all the restaurants constantly. Something that we do want you to know is that Windstar always traveled with a doctor on board. During good times, we always had a doctor on board. We now have increased that to 3 medical staff on board all of our 6 ships. We are going to require masks to be worn when we're unable to socially distance. But again, there's going to be few and far between situations when that happens. With regards to shore excursions, because Windstar is small, we've always offered small groups of people going on our shore excursions. These will be, these are going to now be reduced. Obviously, we'll be traveling doing them at reduced capacity, and of course, sanitizing between each of the shore excursions. So you might be wondering, well, they've got 6 ships. Where could they possibly go? But in the interest of this and the time that we have and in this webinar, I'm not going to go through all our destinations, but I truly encourage you either to go on our website or please speak to Sean and his team. They will be able to send you one of our latest paper brochures. We have a very robust portfolio of destinations, and you probably may think to yourselves, wow, I didn't even think Windstar goes there. You would be amazed and surprised. But for the purposes of this webinar, I'm going to speak to you about the fabulous groups that Sean has put together, and he's really chosen some wonderful, wonderful itineraries that I'm going to talk to you about this evening. I'm going to talk to you about them in the order that he's requested them. And the first one is called Lovely Leewards. It's a Caribbean itinerary. We're doing it on a beautiful, what we call our Star Legend. It's one of our star that has recently been refurbished. Okay.
Sure. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. I'll start again and just say, everybody, in case I was muted at the time, Sean has chosen some beautiful 4 fantastic itineraries where we've got some wonderful perks and amenities. And I'm going to mention them in the order of sailing. The first one is called Lovely Leewards. This is a beautiful itinerary in the Caribbean. It's going to be sailing on our beautiful, recently refurbished Star Legend. It's for the 19th of February, 2022. Then we're going to be doing, am I having a problem? Dreams of Tahiti. This is an air, hotel, and cruise program. It's on one of our other star ships, star class ships that have recently been refurbished, called the Star Breeze, and that's for March the 3rd, 2022. Then he's chosen a beautiful itinerary, Sicilian Splendors, on our biggest sailing ship. If you look at the top left-hand corner of the screen, this is our largest sailing ship. She's the largest sailing vessel in the world and can accommodate 342 guests. What a beautiful experience for October the 6th. And then we've got another itinerary, which is the same as the one in number 2, but for those of you who might not be able to make it in 2022, it's for the 19th of January, 2023. It is on a different ship. It's on one of our small sailing ships, which accommodates 148 guests. So again, talk about that private yacht experience. This is what you're going to have. But let me say that irrespective of the ship that you go on, the experience, that 180 degrees from ordinary experience, is really going to be evident throughout whichever journey you go on. So look at this. Do you not want to be in the Caribbean right now? And, you know, from Ontario, I know that coming from Northern Ontario, it is probably a flight into Toronto. And then from there, for the most part, and Sean, you can substantiate this, it is usually a direct flight. We do a lot of itineraries from St. Martin. So this beautiful itinerary, which is 14 days on the Star Legend, is going to go from St. Martin and you're going to come back to St. Martin. Again, the 19th of February, 2022. But I do want to talk to you about the ship that you're going to go on. And this is quite amazing. We have these three beautiful ships. We have our Star Breeze, our Star Pride, and our Star Legend. And these three sister ships were taken into a shipyard in Palermo, Italy, Sicily, in Italy. And we did something quite remarkable. Not only did we refurbish top to bottom the engine room, the spa, the fitness facility, the retail facility, we refurbished every single washroom in every single suite. But something amazing that you're seeing from this picture is we actually split the ships and stretched them and added in an 84-foot prefabricated section, which gave us an additional 50 suites, allowing us to accommodate another 100 guests. When we first got these ships, we purchased them from another luxury cruise line called Seabourn Cruises. They could only accommodate 212 guests. Now that these ships have been split and stretched and this portion added in, we will be sailing out, and we've already started sailing these beautiful ships with 312 guests. So when you come on board this beautiful ship, she will be as if it's a brand new ship. 2 new specialty restaurants for a total of 3 specialty restaurants. Again, we just ask that you make a reservation, but no surcharge. This experience is going to be fantastic. So this is a picture of our newly refurbished and put together Star Legend. And I don't know if you can see the shadow of a ship on the ship that you see here. That was the size of our ship before. So it's quite a beautiful picture because these were taken in Palermo before the one went in or was refurbished to the one that was completed. So very, very exciting. But look at this amazing itinerary. You might think, oh, the Caribbean, Sean and your team, why are you telling me to go to the Caribbean again? You've sent me there 1,000 times. I've done it from Miami to Fort Lauderdale. I've done a day at sea. I've gone to a private island. Maybe we've gone off to Kingston, Jamaica. That is not Windstar's Caribbean. When you go onto our website or see a copy of our brochure, you're going to notice the most amazing ports of call that, again, only small ships can get to. So, Sean, I have to thank you for choosing this really unique destination and itinerary where we're going to go from St. Martin to St. Bart's, Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, BEQUIA, St. George's in Grenada, Little Bay, Montserrat. We're one of the few cruise lines that goes to this destination. Basse-Terre in St. Kitts, Virgin Gorda, Tortola. We're going to go to a place called Surfers Hole, JOST-VAN-DYK, and then back to St. Martin. So without going into too many details, because I'm not going to say the time that we arrive and we depart, but I am going to give you a few insights into these destinations that we go to. The important thing, everybody, that I want you to know is when you're going on one of these beautiful itineraries, it's not just sun, sea, and sand. We very often take you to UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Again, we take you off the beaten path where you're probably not going to see other big ships. And again, if you do, they're going to be way out to sea and tendering in their guests. There are hundreds of guests, there are thousands of guests, whereas you're going to be able to have a real smaller footprint with Windstar and get to see these unique sites. So starting out and ending in St. Martin, you're going to enjoy the beautiful sand and sunsets, and you're going to see these are the Windward Islands, and it's really a perfect vacation getaway for anybody. By the time February rolls around, we will have had enough snow. And I'm based in Toronto. I know you get a lot more snow than I do in Northern Ontario. So just think about when winter comes, you'll want to say, Sean, get me out of here. Here you're going to have the opportunity, if you arrive a few days earlier, you're going to swim amongst the turtles and glide above the coral reefs. We offer you, again, when you're on the ship, you take advantage of our water sports platform, all the snorkeling, all the kayaking, all the skiing, everything is complimentary on a first come, first served basis. So what an experience to start looking forward to. St. Bart's, you're going to go to the port of Gustavia. It's commonly known as St. Bartholomew is known as St. Bart's. It's a French-speaking Caribbean island. It's got beautiful white sand beaches, and let me tell you, rather expensive designer shops. In fact, I was looking there and everything is priced in euros, by the way. But it really is, you can see here, look at all the small little ships that can get in here. Certainly not the big ships, but they also have high-end restaurants. They have historical attractions like the Wall House, and you're going to get to see a lot of what happened with the island's Swedish colonial era. Then look at this little place, Les Sands in Guadeloupe. This is the Caribbean you've always imagined. It's got yacht-filled harbors set against volcanic mountains. You've got endless stretches of palm-fringed beach, and the underwater world here attracted the likes of Jacques Cousteau. But even if you're a novice snorkeler, you'd be able to enjoy the beautiful underwater life that we're going to be able to show you here. Pigeon Island in St. Lucia. Here I spoke about UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Now, what you're looking at here is actually one of our smaller Windstar ships with the sails, but the ship that we're taking in, this one would take 148 guests. You would be coming on the ship that can take 312 guests. But here you're going to see the Pitons. They've got 2 majestic volcanic peaks and 24 miles of vibrant coral reef. There's a national park here as well. You can see impressive ruins of the English forts, archaeological relics, and just beautiful beaches. If that's what appeals to you, that's what you to do. We don't dictate, but we do offer you a multitude of different prices on the shore excursions. I will tell you now, everybody, currently you would have to do a Windstar shore excursion, but we've expanded our portfolio to accommodate people who might just want to go to the beach, or you might just want to do shopping because we have to travel in a group. Who knows that by the time this cruise rolls around, you may not have to do a bubble tour. As an example, in Greece, our guests are able to go out on their own and they do not have to do a Windstar shore excursion. But you know what? We're going to check up. Sean and his team will take a check up for you on our webpage to see the protocols and what's happening and advise you constantly. Let me talk about another beautiful destination, BEQUIA. It's the second largest island in the Grenadines, and it's only 7 square miles. It's part of the country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's approximately 15 kilometers from the nation's capital, Kingston. By the way, BEQUIA means island of clouds. And you're going to notice here, well, not just only from this picture, but when you get there, hopefully, the only ships in port are those small enough to anchor alongside the yachts and the fishing boats in Admiralty Bay. Another wonderful, beautiful, colorful destination, St. George's in Grenada. We sail into this colorful city. It's the capital of the Caribbean island of Grenada. And in the town center, there's an 18th century Fort George. It offers panoramic views of the island and St. George's Bay. For those of you that are interested in history, nearby there's Fort Matthew, which was formerly a battleground, and later an asylum, which has underground tunnels. So there's lots to get to see if you want to see the Grenada National Museum. It hosts exhibits about history of the region, including plantation economy and the whaling industry. So again, as I say, if you're not just wanting to go and lie on the beach and be with sun and sand, there's lots of different experiences to see. And I chose these beautiful pictures, which are really representative of the beautiful Caribbean colors that you're going to get to see. Bastere, this is the capital of the Caribbean Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. So you are going to see some beautiful, beautiful places. St. Kitts beaches are like what you're going to see is the South Friar Bay. They're beautiful white sandy beaches. At the city's heart, there's a place called Independence Square. It's an Italian, there's an Italian-inspired fountain. And just off the Circus traffic circle, with its Victorian Berkeley Memorial Clock Tower, you're going to find the National Museum. So again, for those of you who are history buffs, you're going to get to experience that. Virgin Gorda, look at these beautiful big boulders. I had the opportunity to go and swim here as well. This is one of the British Virgin Islands in the West Indies. It lies about 80 miles east of Puerto Rico. And it's a peninsula in the southwest. And it's strewn with these enormous granite boulders, as I'm mentioning, and as you can see here. Some of them are 30 feet high. And there's also a beautiful coral reef just below us, just below the ship. So again, you can go and snorkel. You can also go into the heart of the town, which is called Spanish Town. There's a yacht harbor marina. So lots to do in these beautiful little Caribbean places that people think, oh, you've been to the Caribbean, you've been to one place, you've been to all of them. Not so. Here we also go to Tortola, which is the British Virgin Islands, a beautiful place called Sophus Hole. It's a delightful little cove that lies behind Frenchman's Quay. It's lush green mountains with an idyllic tropical feel. So again, all these different sights and sounds and pleasures that you're going to experience. A wonderful place that you may not even have heard of before, JOST-VAN-DYK, also part of the British Virgin Islands. It's comprised of only 8 square miles, and it's amazing how much there is to do here. I actually spelt it wrong. It's JOST-VAN-DYK, D-Y-K-E. So apologies for my spelling, everybody, when I was typing this up. Hopefully there's lots to see here as well. There's a little boat that can take you around Sir Francis Drake Waterway. And after that, you probably want to have a delicious evening drink on the beach where you can admire your beautiful Windstar ship, not too far away. So this is it. This is what you're going to do. Relax when you want on deck. Just a fabulous experience awaits you. Now let me talk to you about Dreams of Tahiti. So Sean, again, thanks for choosing such exotic destinations, such different destinations that will hopefully appeal to a wide range of your clients and guests. This is going to be on the 23rd of February, 2022. It's a 7-day itinerary, and it is going to be on the Star Breeze. So the first of our refurbished Star class ships to come out. So you know all about it, with 312 guests, and we're going to go to the beautiful island of Tahiti. Yes, it is far to get you, but what Sean has organized is that you can he will organize for you to fly to Los Angeles, because the package that he's put together includes airfare and round-trip air from Los Angeles into Papeete and back again. You will arrive a day earlier, so it includes hotel accommodation at the Intercontinental in Papeete Resort. You do your cruise, and on the way back, you go back to the resort because the flight leaves later in the evening. So this is a fabulous package. Oh, and by the way, it includes all your transfers from the airport in Papeete to the hotel, to the ship, and back again. So you might be saying, well, where is Tahiti? I've heard of it. It's a remote paradise. But let me just tell you that when you go to Tahiti, it's the largest island in French Polynesia. So it is actually in the Pacific, of course, but it is owned by France. And it is made up of 118 volcanic and coral islands and atolls, which include Tahiti. It has some mountainous areas. It's also got mystical valleys, clear streams, and high waterfalls. So look at this beautiful thing. This is the Star Breeze. This is the beautiful ship, again, refurbished, 3 specialty restaurants. These suites, because these are all suite ships, start at 277 square feet. Even on a huge cruise ship, these suites are massive. And by the way, everybody on Windstar, irrespective of the ship that you go on, everybody gets an ocean view. There's no such thing as an inside cabin on Windstar Cruises. So on these suites, or in these suites, as I say, 277 square feet, they've got walk-in closets, marble bathrooms, everything has been redone and refurbished. So you're in for an absolute treat when you sail with us. You will be doing the Society Islands, and they start out, well, we'll start out in Papeete. You will do Moorea, Raiatea. You'll go to a little small island, Motumaha or Taha. You're going to go to Bora Bora, where you're going to have an overnight. You're going to do another little small rural island called Wahine, and then back to Papeete. So here again, I hope I'm tempting you. I hope I'm whetting your appetites. And I'm just going to show you another little video, which again, I hope will get you chomping at the bit to want to join Sean on this wonderful itinerary.
Tahiti. What better way to explore a nation of islands than by yacht? A Windstar yacht. Sail into small bays big ships can't reach. Explore beaches on uninhabited motus. There is nothing between you and the real Tahiti. Paddle, swim, or snorkel right from a yacht built specifically for Tahiti. on a line that was voted the world's best small ship cruise line. Hop ashore to the enchanted landscape of Morea. Raiatea's lush forests and Black Pearl Farm. Play in the bathtub-warm lagoons surrounding Bora Bora's exotic peaks. Let Windstar take you into these unique island paradises with overnight stays at most. Thoughtfully designed staterooms, exquisite yet relaxed dining experiences, unforgettable private events, and a crew that never stop finding ways to make you feel like you're on your own private yacht. Make this the ultimate way to experience Polynesia. Just an 8-hour flight from LAX to Papeete, or 9.5 from Sydney, Windstar is here year-round. Choose from 7, 10, or 11-day itineraries, with plenty of options to extend your stay on shore. See and experience the most of Tahiti on the world's best small ship cruise line.
Everybody, what you saw in this video was was filmed on the Wind Spirit, which is the one that goes in 2023. Again, as I mentioned, this itinerary that you're going to do, hopefully in 2022, will be on the Star Breeze. So the most amazing thing as well that I want to tell you, and you need to thank Sean for, is he negotiated the beverage package, which normally costs $59 plus US dollars, plus 15% tax. That's $67.85 US per person per day. Anybody joining this itinerary or the one in 2023 is going to get the beverage package included as well. So thank you, Sean, for that. We appreciate that. So you're going to start out in Papeete. You are going to end in Papeete as well. And unfortunately, if you do take the airfare, and I don't want to say unfortunately, there is no deviation. So you will be flying back from Papeete, but you will have a day before at the beautiful resort and a day room at the end when you go. So when you arrive, if you do want to go to these lovely little markets, these little local markets, there's beautiful restaurants. I don't know about going to nightclubs, but there's nightclubs. You probably want to get your rest in after a long flight, and then you're going to go the following day to board your beautiful ship. But there's lots of museums, there's pearl shops, there's lovely boutiques, and the pier is just a very short, it's within easy walking distance from the shopping center to the ship. So you may even want to go and check in on the day that you're going to depart, and then leave your bags and then come back and do a little bit of shopping here, because the first day you'll probably want to spend at the beautiful, luxurious resort. Then you're going to sail on to Morea, and this is a South Pacific island, part of the French Polynesia Society Islands, as I mentioned to you, part of the archipelago. And it's known for its jagged volcanic mountains and sandy beaches. And it's also known as the magical island. It has beautiful beaches. I don't think you're going to play golf. It's got Tahiti's only golf course, and it has a vast, lush interior with every imaginable tropical plant and fruit imaginable. So here we actually anchor in Cook's Bay, which means we don't dock right in port. So it's a short little tender ride into port, but there you can see how close we are. And this, by the way, is a really iconic picture of Morea. When you're looking at French Polynesia, when you're looking at Tahiti, you probably may recognize this picture. So it is a short way away from the pier that will take you tender in, and it's got beautiful iconic landscapes. It's not far from Papeete, and it really is. It doesn't have too much of a downtown, but what you're really going to do here is take advantage of the water sports. So there's lots of opportunities. You can swim with stingrays. You can go on these beautiful jet skis. You can take advantage, and I encourage you each and every time when we don't dock right in port, take advantage of our water sports platform. Again, everything other than scuba diving is complimentary. We give you your equipment to keep, so everything is going to be sanitized. Paddleboard, kayak, and again, for those of you who think, well, I'm not that adventurous, we have a flotation mattress where you can just float your way away and just lie in the sea. It's absolutely a beautiful experience. But look at this. Does this not look, these gorgeous turquoise waters look as if you're diving into a swimming pool? You're going to get to see beautiful species of different fishes. So you can see the stingrays here, but parrotfishes. It's just going to be magnificent. We then go on to Raiatea. It's the largest and most populated islands besides Papeete, besides Tahiti Nui, which is the big island. And it houses a lot of the schools for the neighboring islands. It's actually the original home of the Maori people since 1000 AD. And here you can actually go, gentlemen, don't leave French Polynesia without buying some beautiful black pearls for your companion. You can actually go and dye for your own pearl here. And just talking about the Tahitian black pearls, they're not only black, they come in a multitude of different colors and shapes. The shapes range from oval to round to baroque to circle, as well as the colors are silver and dark green charcoal. They even go to peacock or rainbow colors. And again, you can buy them anywhere on the island. Or you can buy them on Windstar if you wish, but absolutely don't leave this without buying a beautiful gift for somebody. Coming up to Taha, as I mentioned to you, this is where we do our, what we call our beach barbecue. We do a beach barbecue where we open and get guests to use all the water sports. Here you've got the beautiful smell of Tahitian vanilla as you sail in, and want another wonderful gift to buy for guests, not for guests, for your friends, friends and family back home. It comes in a whole lot of different forms. There's beans, powder, you can get extract. But again, here is a fabulous opportunity to try drift snorkeling amongst the coral and just have an incredible experience. This is where we do, as I mentioned, our beach barbecue. You can come here, you can have a massage. We will do tenders into the barbecue, in and out the whole time. You're not going to miss anything if you do a shore excursion. Just a really, really relaxed day. Bora Bora is the next most iconic island next to Moorea. It is absolutely beautiful, and here we provide an overnight. So if anybody does want to stay an overnight overwater bungalow, please speak to Sean and his team. But what we do here, besides you getting the opportunity to either swim, you'd be braver than me with these black tip sharks, or you can go into a glass bottom boat. That's the way I would do it. There's not only just, as I say, sunbathing, you can do some jeep tours, there's lots of opportunities, but it is here where we provide you with a complimentary destination discovery event. We meet you at the pier with leis for everybody, you get to see the beautiful sunset, and then after that, you have a beautiful Tahitian feast. This is the typical Tahitian feast, and it is then followed by some beautiful Tahitian dancing, as well as all the fire batons. It is just a incredible experience, and then you make your way back to the beautiful ship that you are on. Wahine, would be the most rural of all the little islands that you're going to go to, but as you can see, look at these turquoise colors. You can just well imagine what you're going to see here. But again, for those of you who want to go into the little town and experience the different plantations and the vanilla plantations, there's lots to see that is really typical and authentic of Wahine. Now, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to talk about the other itinerary that's going to go on the 18th of January, 2023. Pretty much it is the identical itinerary that I've just shown you. The only difference is that you're going to be sailing on the Wind Spirit, which is a small ship, one of our small sailing ships that is usually all round in Tahiti, and she accommodates only 148 guests. So I had mentioned to you the ratio of guests, crew to guests is 1 to 1.5. We've got 148 guests, 101 crew. And this is a beautiful, she's been newly renovated as well, the Wind Spirit. She is a sleek, full-masted sailing ship. She has 4 decks. And it really, really, again, as I mentioned, feels like you're sailing on your own private yacht. Here is another beautiful picture. And let me tell you, everybody, you think, oh, that's what I want to do. It's a sailing ship. Yes, of course it is. But on Windstar, guests don't stand barefoot on deck and help raise the sails. On Windstar, these sails are hydraulically unfurled. We sail away to fantastic sail away music. You stand with a cocktail in your hand. This is still a cruising experience. So you don't have to do the hard work of sailing. But again, of course, you can go into the open bridge, as I mentioned to you. So these are just some beautiful pictures, again, to whet your appetite. If you can't go in 2022, look at 2023. And again, remember all the perks and amenities and inclusions that Sean has negotiated for you. Last but not least, I know we've got a little bit of time left and I've got so much information to tell you, but the last itinerary that Sean has chosen is called Sicilian Splendors. It is from Rome to Rome. It is a 10-day itinerary. leaving on the 6th of October, 2022, and that's on our exquisite windsurf. This beautiful ship, as I mentioned to you, she's our largest ship. She's actually our flagship. She's the largest sailing vessel in the world and accommodates 342 guests. How magnificent. 5 masts, 7 sails, absolutely stunning experience. And of course, you're going to be leaving from Rome back to Rome. Now, for those of you who might be looking at this picture and saying, well, I'm looking here at everybody at Expedia Cruises, they've booked me before and they know I only like to go on a ship that has a balcony. These sailing ships don't have balconies, but don't forgo this incredible itinerary, going to places that you may not be able to go to on another sailing ship, just because there's no balconies. If you want a little bit of extra room, we've taken 62 staterooms, we've broken down the wall in between, and we've converted into these 31 double suites. So you've got 2 washrooms, a huge lounge area, multiple closet space. Speak to Sean, he has all the pricing for these other suites. Here is this fabulous itinerary that I want you to see, and you might be looking and thinking, well, this is going to Italy, but I don't recognize, or Italy and Malta, I don't recognize all these places. And that's the beauty. That's the 180 degrees difference with Windstar Cruises, that you're going to get to see all these different itineraries. You're going to start in Rome. Of course, you know it's the capital city of Italy. It's known for its stunning architecture. You've got the Colosseum, the Pantheon, the Trevi fountains. Those are the main attractions. But you're going to get to see all the Vatican cities. So much to see that honestly, I encourage you to fly in a day or 2 or more before, so you get to experience this, or do a few days before, and you can obviously extend at the end. And who better to arrange that for you than your Expedia Cruises travel advisor? This is the beautiful windsurf when you get to go to the beach and you have this wonderful experience. I just wanted you to see this mouth-watering picture. But let's talk about the unusual ports of call that you're going to see. And here we're going to go to Catania. This is a fascinating city. It's nestled at the foot of Mount Etna, and you're still going to get to see a thriving downtown that is not only an active city center, but it is also a historic UNESCO World Heritage Site. And that's what I mentioned to you. You're going to see different sites. You're going to see historical sites, different geographical sites. You're going to get that full-blown, authentic, all-rounded experience that we want you to have on Windstar Cruises. Here you're going to go to Valletta in Malta. What a beautiful sight to see when you sail in. It's also another UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's one of the smallest, but it's so charming. You're going to see paintings of Caravaggio. You're going to see beautiful shorelines. You're going to have wonderful photographic opportunities. There's a beautiful palazzo that you can go to. Lots of historical buildings to see as well when you walk through the beautiful lanes of Medina, which is also known as Malta's Silent City. Then you're going to go onto a little unique island. It's on Schlendi Bay, and it's on the west coast of Gozo. And surprisingly, honestly, for such a small island, it's home to the oldest freestanding temples in the world. You're going to see some temples. You're going to see green rolling hills. Now I'm rushing because I think I'm a little bit out of time here. Another beautiful place called Trapani. I mean, you may not have heard of these places before, and this is where Windstar is going to take you. Here you're going to get to see 17th century windmills. They're still at work. There's some ancient Phoenician salt marshes. So again, lots to see on this incredible itinerary. Who's heard of this place? Lipari. Take time on shore to explore this beautiful little village. But I really chose pictures that are going to give you this whole juxtaposition, so you're never going to be bored. Again, it also is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so lots to see. Then you're going to get to beautiful Sorrento. What an opportunity to see this magnificent place. Who doesn't want to go to Italy and get to see Sorrento as well as the Amalfi Coast? So again, both of these UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Lots more information that I have to share with you, but I see that time is running out and I've got some special offers to talk to you about. So please circle back with Sean and his team who have all this information. This is the picture of the windsurf with her water sports platform down. When you go to Sorrento, we want you to explore. When you go to Amalfi, we want you to explore. But once you've done that, come back and take advantage. And I hope you can see that big round thing in the distance. That is that flotation mattress that you can just lie on and just don't do anything exhausting. Just sit on there and have a wonderful time. This is when we go onto the beach, another stunning picture, and I hope that it's taking your breath away when you look at this beautiful picture with her sails out the windsurf. Then you're going to go back to Italy, and of course you're going to see all the, this is the Trevi Fountains, but you have an opportunity to go and do some touring and see some magnificent paintings and museums and the Vatican City. Again, all yours for the asking. Make those arrangements with Sean and his team. So again, you might be wondering, I wonder if Windstar is truly for me. Who is the typical Windstar guest? Well, I'm going to say to you, we don't confirm children under the age of 8. So you will not see very young families with young children, but we welcome everybody. And here you can see a young couple with a little bit of an older couple. And let me tell you, they may have said to their parents or their in-laws, you look after the kids. We're going on Windstar. So everybody, again, other than younger children, are welcome on Windstar. We're too small to offer children's meals, zip lines we don't have racetracks. This is for those guests who truly want an authentic experience in a very unsnobby, unstuffy, unpretentious way, just understated elegance again, and you're traveling with like-minded people in a very small, intimate experience. So again, we want to thank you for joining. I kind of just squeaked in before the hour is up. Sean, I know you're going to come back and we're going to chat, but just to let you know, thanks to Sean, if you make a booking from tomorrow until the 13th of October, irrespective of all the special offers you're going to get on the groups or any special booking that you make, we're going to give you an additional $50 per person shipboard credit. And this, as I say, is in addition to any of the groups or any other sale offer or promotion that you're going to get. So with that, I'd like to say we've been waiting to welcome our guests on board. This is Windstar. This is a Windstar experience. All this is a Windstar experience. And again, irrespective of the ship that you come and sail on with us on, you're going to have that 180-degree from ordinary experience. We've been chomping at the bit to welcome you on board. We have already got 4 of our ships in the water, and we've done many successful revenue and safe cruises. So we can't wait to welcome you on board. If you have any questions, please reach out to Sean and his team, and I am going to come back and be here if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me. So thank you again, everybody. We truly appreciate your time.
That's great. Thank you so much. I mean, that is so exciting. And just to make sure that we're clear, you can sail right around the world with Windstar as well. We just showed you 4 of the, the thousands of different itineraries around too. So if you have a question, just throw it in the chat. And I know that we've gone a little bit longer, but that's all good. We're all good.
Sean, I couldn't stop. I was too enthusiastic, and I didn't go into too many details about the beautiful destinations on your Sicilian splendors. I've got lots of information to talk about, but I didn't want to go over the time out of respect for everybody, and I appreciate your time, everyone.
No, totally get it. And all the reports that we've got coming back from our clients who are cruising are coming back and just saying how excited the crew is to see the passengers again, to see us. They are truly happy. They're not faking it, because you can tell they are so excited to be back. And it's just a great time to see travel coming back again. So looks like we don't have any questions. So please reach out to us. We would love to give you a hand. Reach out to your consultant, or if you do not have one, send us a note and we'll definitely match you up with one of our amazing teams. So with that, I would love to thank Windstar, and thank you so much for joining us tonight and bringing us through your product. And thank you for joining us on a beautiful night. Take care, and let's get out there. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm giving you the Windstar wave. Thank you for joining us. See you soon. Bye, everyone.